What's happening, people? How we feeling today, guys? What's the ambiance? What's the vibe saying? How's everyone feeling? Has the dust, now that the dust has settled, I think, and emotions are out of the window, I think we can now look at everything and critically analyze the situation at Manchester United. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. I've done more streams in like the last 24 hours than I've probably done all week. Big up to everybody in the chat. Paul says sack everyone. Daniel says first one here. Big up to Sully in the chat. Sully, I hope you're doing well. Big up to Samurai in the chat. The Villa game is going to be torture. Our squad completely in shambles. Villa need a win. David says finally over it. I'm deflated. My tummy hurts. Yeah, my head hurts. Honestly, my head hurts. And I don't think I caused that for myself. Manchester United give me a flipping headache. That's what it is. That's what it is. We got so much to talk about, guys. We have so much to talk about because as if it wasn't bad enough, the result and the situation, you know, Manchester United handing a first trophy to Spurs in 17 years, first European silverware in nearly 40 years. As if that wasn't bad enough. Everybody is now doing media stuff. Bruno's talking to the Portuguese media after the game. Alejandro Garnacho is talking to Argentinian journalists after the game. Luke Shaw is talking to Andy Mitten after the game. Diogo Dalot talking to Andy Mitten after the game. And some of them are just adding more fuel to the fire. They're giving us, as if I wasn't already annoyed about the result, I'm now annoyed about comments that are being made. And some people are telling me that I shouldn't be annoyed and that the players have every right to say what they say, or the manager has every right to say what they say. I'm going to say one thing, yeah, before we dissect, you know, Bruno's comments after the game, Garnacho's comments in particular after the game. Go back to 2021, yeah, after United lost the Europa League final, go back and watch the interviews after the game from people like Marcus Rashford. Go back and watch the interviews that they did after the game. And you guys tell me how rotten this club has become. How entitled players have become. Because they are two interviews, 4 years apart from different players, same situation, but they are a shadow of themselves. Honestly, I was, what's the right word? Stunned when I saw the comments after the game. And everybody's saying, oh, this is, it's warranted. You know, the manager can call out players. Why can't the players call out the manager? This club is rotten. Every essence of it, from the boardroom to the players in the changing room, rotten. Completely rotten. Minoo, you're the only channel I'm going to watch until the season starts. I'm thinking of rebranding, guys. It's Minna Football here, but I might rebrand into like Minna Lifestyle and Fashion. I'm not really a fashionable person. Maybe I'll start doing makeup. I don't know. Maybe I'll start doing get ready with me's while I talk about life story. Maybe I might rebrand into something other than football. Maybe I will just do football content, but just not United content. Minna travels, Minna reacts. I don't travel enough to have a travel channel, unfortunately. I don't travel enough. Minna just cover Barca. I like to do European football, but I'm going to probably do more European football as well next season. Tomorrow night, inshallah, guys, we've got a double watch along. Inter versus Como. What's it called? Inter versus Como. Cagliari versus Napoli. So make sure you tune in for that watch along. You lot are saying do other content outside United. I'm doing it. So if I don't see you lot there, I'm on to you lot. Remember when Cristiano took a swing at Ten Hag, even with his stature, was unacceptable. Having these hacks do it en masse is too much. Spurs fan here. I think you guys are cooked minimum for next 3 seasons. I don't even think it's 3 seasons, guys. Maybe I'm being so pessimistic. But I do not see United being what they once were. Like, and you know what? I said it in a video that I dropped earlier today. I said, if I had known, you know, when you're in the good times, if you knew what was on the horizon for you, you might enjoy the good times a bit more. We were so spoiled. Me, as a United fan, You know, I don't know how old everybody here is in the chat. I know some people are quite young, and then I know some people are quite old. So it's a range of age groups here. But me, I was growing up as a teenager, late teens, watching Manchester United be the best team in England, the best team in Europe. And we were spoiled. We were spoiled. If I knew that when United last won a Premier League title, that would be the last Premier League title that I would witness for over a decade, I might have appreciated it more. I would have appreciated it more because it was so normal to us to win Premier League titles. We were like, yeah, oh, another one, oh, another one, another one. You know, that's how it felt. But now in hindsight, I'm like, wow. Had I known, I honestly would have appreciated it a lot more, because I'm sorry, guys, this is the worst situation. Like, I've never seen even the mightiest European teams, I haven't seen them fall off like this. Even Barcelona, when they weren't that great, and they were like, the little changeover from the Messi era, they weren't this bad. AC Milan, when they were bad, weren't this bad. AC Milan won a title a couple years ago. Liverpool at their worst, they weren't this bad. Chelsea at their worst, they weren't this bad. European dynasties were not this bad, and I don't think we're really deep in how bad it is. I don't think we are really deep in it. Jose was actually right. Second place finish was a miracle from Jose. Sometimes people are owed apologies. I love Jose, and you lot got onto me when I was saying, you lot called me. I was saying I used to be obsessed with Jose whenever we were talking about the managers before Amorim was appointed. But there's so much stuff that has happened at United that I think people are starting to be like, you know what? We're referencing the past and thinking, I don't want to hear this nonsense about open heart surgery. Honestly speaking, what Ragnick said, I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. Not because it's not true, but because Manchester United did open heart surgery. So it's a cop-out every single time when people bring up the concept of open heart surgery. Ruben Amorim aside, majority of the players that he has was brought under Eric Ten Hag. So that is, I said it ages ago, I'll say it again. United went for open heart surgery and they left with a couple of kidneys missing and a BBL. That's it. That's it. But anyways, let's talk about so much. Let's actually talk about, I want to start with the elephant in the room for me. The elephant in the room for me. I have to start with this. I have to start with this because I think this is unacceptable. This is honestly unacceptable. And the reason why I'm saying it's unacceptable is because I'm going to mention two stuff. Now, let's actually start with Ruben Amorim, actually, because they're kind of interlinked. Ruben Amorim and Garnacho, they're quite interlinked because Ruben Amorim was asked a question after the game about his decision to start Mason Mount ahead of a player like Alejandro Garnacho. And the journalist, shout out to the journalist, because it is a good question and it's a legit question. But Ruben Amorim did something which, if that was any other former Manchester United manager, I would look at him a bit sideways. So I'm looking at Amorim a little bit sideways. He turned around and said that, Mount came on against Bilbao, and what did he do? Have immediate impact. So he started him this game. Then he referenced Garnacho and he said, what about Garnacho? In the first half, what did he do? Miss an opportunity, miss a chance on goal. Garnacho now turns around, and because everything for Manchester United always plays out in the open, and it seems like everybody has a right to say what they want in the media, Garnacho turns around. He's speaking to Argentinian media after the game, and he says, our season was crap. We didn't beat anyone in the league. I've played every round up until we reached the final, but today I only played 20 minutes. He went on to say, I'll enjoy the summer, and basically, we will see. He's alluding to the idea. That he was the difference maker. Like he was the difference. He came on and had immediate impact. And you know what? I was actually not mad at Mount starting, but when I realized the Mount thing wasn't working, I wanted him off at halftime, and I wanted Garnacho on. Let's be honest. I wanted him off, and I wanted Garnacho on. I do agree in the essence that Ruben Amorim waited far too long to make a change. But why is this unfolding in the public eye? By the way, I think Garnacho's gone. Like, for a fact, I think he's gone this season. This summer, sorry, not this season. I think he's gone. egotistical is what I described him as earlier this morning in a tweet. And the reason why I say this is because Manchester United players have been abused and hounded for far less. Not that I agree with it. I don't agree with it. But I watched Manchester United fans, match day fans, verbally abuse Paul Pogba at the end of the 21 season, telling him to get the hell out of our club, leave our club, you're crap, you're this, you're that. And then they'll sing these players' names in Old Trafford. It makes no sense. And this is not me saying that players deserve abuse, but I don't like the fact that this team that have not done anything, that have no reason to be supported by a loyal fan base, I don't like the fact that people blindly back them. When time and time again, Garnacho, for example, has shown us who he is. He's shown us who he is. His brother not helping the cause. I mean, guys, if that was me and my brother was a professional footballer for Man United, at least I would do it off my burner account. You know, I'll talk shit about the club. I'll talk shit about the manager from my burner account. But I don't like the fact that they do this for the entire public eye to see. I don't like that. It bothers me so much. Because I promise you guys, and I hate to bring this up, but I promise you, if this was Marcus Rashford, if Marcus Rashford did this after a game, and I know he's not a United manager, but even so, if Casemiro did this after the FA Cup final last year, despite the fact that United won, yeah, hypothetically speaking, if United had lost and Casemiro came out after the game in an interview with Brazilian media saying, I've played the whole time throughout the cup, I don't know why I was benched. If that was anybody else, wallahi, people would be calling for his head and saying terminate his contract. I think it's immaturity. That's it. I think it's, for me, I don't put it down to cockiness. I don't put it down to arrogance. Maybe some people think he's arrogant. Maybe some people think he's egotistical. I put it down more to immaturity. We called for Cristiano's head. Bro, we called for Cristiano Ronaldo's head for sitting down with Piers Morgan. And I hate Piers Morgan. Big up to Ridwan says, I don't believe in Amorim anymore. I'm done. However, I'm open-minded. If he stays next season and we fix up, I'm always open to change. I'm always open to change my mind after new evidence is provided. But right now, that's a wave. Well, it's been reported just shortly, a couple of hours after this whole Garnacho thing is playing out in the public eye. Fabrizio Romano reporting that Garnacho can leave this summer if there's a good proposal for all parties. Napoli are interested. Chelsea, call us. Because we know that you're obsessed with young wingers. Chelsea, Clear Lake, Todd Bowley, Matisse, all of you guys, shout us. Because I know that you lot are obsessed with wingers. If you lot want to buy a winger, we got a winger for you guys. But all jokes aside, guys, genuinely, all jokes aside, this Garnacho situation, I think, just is the icing on the cake for the shit show of what the season has been. I genuinely think that. Big up to Dwayne with the super chat. Big up, Dwayne. Dwayne, why is your picture upside down? To be honest, I don't blame him, because what the hell was that starting squad? The team that got us into the final didn't need tweaking. Big up, Minna. GGMU. Glory, Manchester United. I agree. I don't think the squad needed to be tweaked. I really don't. But we can, guys, what can we do here? We can't sit here and just go back and forth on what the lineup is. The reality is that we suck. The reality is we're crap. I actually don't think we'll see Garnacho this weekend. I don't think I will be so shocked, yeah? I will be, honestly, I can't tell matchday going fans what to do, because I go to like 5 to 8 games a season at Old Trafford. So I'm not a season ticket holder. Boo the hell out of them. Boo them. Boo every single one of them. Boo the manager, boo INEOS, boo the players, boo everybody. Every single one of them. And if the academy players end up playing a starting 11 of academy players, don't boo them. But boo all the rest of them. And if you guys are going to go, because I've seen people calling to clear out Old Trafford. I've seen people calling to clear out Old Trafford. You're not watching the World Sevens? I got it here on my screen. But we'll come back to, anyways, talking about Alejandro Garnacho, because another guy that did a little interview after the game. is this guy here. Wallahi. Like we got a team full of losers, guys. Guys, we got a team full of losers. We got a team full of losers. And this guy is the captain of all of them. This guy is the captain of all. I will never, ever forget you getting yourself fit for the Euros and then sitting out half of the season. I will never forget that. I don't care if you became magically fit again. And then when Ruben Amorim arrives, magically you become fit. And then boom, you get injured again. This guy here has stolen a living for 10 years at Manchester United. He's stolen a living. And then he has the audacity to come out after the game in an interview and said, we need to look at ourselves to see if we are good enough for this team. You're the leader of that. You are first on that list. Well, you are first. Yesterday's performance was so abysmal. I don't know how he played the whole game. And again, this goes back to Ruben Amorim's decisions. This guy was horrendous. He was so bad yesterday. On the ball, off the ball, between the ball, above the ball, below the ball, whatever direction you want to talk about. Horrendous. And people saying, oh, he's a left-sided centre. I would rather United play Aiden Heaven next season at left-sided centre-back so I don't have to watch this guy. 2 European Cup losses with England, 2 Europa League losses, again, 4 European losses, and he started all of them. Oh! Abubakar dropping the facts. There's a reoccurring thing here in all of those European finals, is that he's started every single one of them. That's no coinky doink. That's no coincidence. Anyways, let's talk about the big conversation. The big conversation. Be sure to hit the like button, please, if you guys have just come through. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new here. We are not that far off from, I think, 14k. Tomorrow we got a watch along, so please do come through for that. Seeing as United is making us so depressed, we might as well, do a watch along for Serie A. That title charge is fun. We can root for McTominay if you guys want to. If you don't want to, we can root for another club. We can root for Inter. But make sure you guys come through for that. If you want to join the membership club, you can. It's the pinned comment in the chat. You get your badges, emojis, custom member content. Of course, you get to support the growth of the channel. If you want to support the channel in alternative ways, you can by sending in super chats with your comments, with your questions, with your thoughts, or just to show some love. We've got a super chat goal for the day, and it would be greatly appreciated if you guys can help us reach that. Now let's talk about Ruben Amorim, because of course he's the biggest topic of conversation. And towards the end of the stream, I'm gonna ask you guys if you're Amorim in or if you're Amorim out. I think Liverpool fans are rejoicing in this idea of Ruben Amorim being at Manchester United when he was propped to be the replacement for Klopp. Manchester City fans are laughing at Man United because Ruben Amorim was reported to be the replacement for Pep. Yet he found himself, obviously, at Manchester United. Now, we all know how the story played out for Ruben Amorim joining Manchester United, right? Mid-season, November, it's either you come now or you never come to Manchester United again. It's an ultimatum from Omar Barada. But let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Yesterday is on the players, and yesterday it's on Ruben Amorim. It's on both of them, because there's this particular moment here in the game, right? And there's so many examples of this, by the way. There's so many examples of Saeed, you made it home. You made it home. You came up on my TV screen like 4 times yesterday. Or like, oh man, shout out to Saeed, man. He's been through it. Everywhere I go, TikTok, Instagram, his clips are coming up. Oh man. But listen, guys, this is what I saw way too much of yesterday, and this is why I say Ruben Amorim got it wrong. He got it wrong. Ahmad can be the right 10. But in this team that has no proper wing-back structure, number one, and number two, when Ahmad likes to play wide, because he was like this at Sunderland, even when he played in the 10 at Sunderland, He was always drifting out wide to the right-hand side. And it could be down to personnel. It can be down to lack of quality. It can be lack of inability. It could be down to so many things. But when Man United continuously play into the hand of Spurs, this is what Spurs wanted against Manchester United. They wanted this isolation of Ahmad against the left back and Richarlison providing support. There was times throughout the game where Basuma would come and show support. Look at the nearest player to him is Mazraoui. Ahmad is picking up the ball in positions that the right wing back should be picking up the ball from. This position that Ahmad is holding right now as a right 10 is the position Mazraoui should be in, and Ahmad should be here. Why? Because look, Mason Mount's over there. Yeah? So Ahmad should be here. But because Ruben Amorim chose to play him as a 10 rather than a right wing back, and I said going into the game I'd rather see Ahmad at right wing back for this exact reason. Mazraoui is not like Dalot. I've seen Dalot play in this position with Ahmad and end up picking up the space that Ahmad vacates. So right now, and throughout the entirety of the game, when this was happening, particularly in the second half, Ahmad's only choice was hit the line. Get past your man. Try and get past your man. And he wasn't successful in that. Mazraoui is not a wing back. I like Mazraoui. I like him as the right-sided centre-back or the left-sided centre-back. I don't like him as a wing back because he's not a wing back. And this is my problem with this system that is so specific that you have to have players for exactly every position rather than looking at the players that you have and working around the positions that they strive in. And that's my problem with Amorim's system. Now, this yesterday, it's not a one-off. It's not a one-off. There's been so many times in the season that I've seen this exact thing happen. I saw it happen a couple of weeks ago against Wolves. I saw it happen a couple of weeks ago against Wolves. Look at Spurs. People are saying that Spurs just parked the bus and Spurs didn't really do much. Their game plan was exactly this. Stay compact. Once you nullify any threat that Ahmad has and you frustrate Bruno, because again, I think, another mistake that the manager made was starting Bruno in a deeper role. Bruno's better going into the deeper role 70 minutes into the game, 65 minutes into the game. Not from minute one. Not from minute one. And not against the midfield that you have Sarr and Basuma that don't know how to stop running. They've got no breaks. They run non-stop. They run non-stop. Bentancur as well, just holding down the base for Spurs. But this was exactly their game plan. Nullify Ahmad, and Manchester United can't do anything else. And you know what another problem is that I had with Manchester United? Is that even in the moments where they could create stuff, they weren't really creating threatening stuff. It was spamming crosses into the box, spamming balls into the box with only one target man. And I'm being too nice when I'm calling him a target man. He's not a target man. We had Mount making late runs into the box. That guy ain't winning an aerial duel. That guy is not winning any aerial duels. And this is why my criticisms of the game, some of them are on the players for sure. For sure, some of them are on the players. But some of them land at the feet of Ruben Amorim. Big up English Talent FC says 65 million on Cunha is dumb. We can get 2 players for this. You know what I think is dumb? If we sign Cunha and sack Amorim. That's what I think will be dumb as hell. That will be stupid. Amorim could have tweaked that system and we could have done a lot better. All he had to do was move Ahmad to right wing back, move Maz to right centre back, play Bruno with Mount or play Garnacho. Justice for my boy. Justice. Justice for Kobbie Mainoo. Guys, I got no shame. I have no shame and I'll say it. Kobbie deserves better. Kobbie Mainoo deserves better. I'm sorry, but I'm not buying this whole he doesn't have a place in Amorim's system. Then find a place for him. Find a place for him. This is Man United's best academy product that they've produced in the last number of years. Best midfielder in the last how long to come out of Man United's academy. And you're telling me that if people genuinely think Kobbie is not good enough for Amorim's system, I will say Amorim's system is not good enough for Kobbie. And if you want to call me Player FC, I'm not gonna criticize you for that. But I'm sorry, there is no justification for me to watch Kobbie Mainoo's impact in the last cup final United were in, and then to find him 89 minute. Wallahi, you should never have. He should have just not brought him on. He should have just not brought him on. I think it's even more disrespectful to bring him on in the 89th minute. When I saw the board go up, I couldn't believe it. I thought, oh my God, you're changing to a back four now in the game. You're changing to a back four now in the game. In the words of Pep, Manchester City have about 6 Kobbie Mainoos. He's not that great. Where are they? Who's the 6 Kobbie Mainoos that Manchester City have? Out of curiosity. Out of curiosity. Because I saw Kobbie Mainoo go to the Euros, jump the under-21 level at England, get a senior call-up, go to the Euros. England struggled the first 2 games. After that, they bring him in and they look a lot more comfortable in midfield. Now, that's not me saying it's all down to Kobbie Mainoo, but he definitely brings talent into teams that maybe they were lacking before. O'Reilly, you don't bench Mainoo for Mount. The thing is, right? The thing is, and this is my question, right? What did Mason Mount... Have I got a picture of Mason Mount here? Too many losers on my screen right now, I swear. This is all, every time I see these, man, this is all I think in my head is loser, loser, loser. What did Mason Mount do, yeah, to warrant starting? And this is just an honest question. This is just an honest question to you guys. What did Mason Mount... What is it that he did exactly to start? Because I don't know how he got into the starting lineup. The only way I saw him getting into the starting lineup was if he was playing false 9. So yes, I'm criticizing Garnacho 100% for his comments, but there's a little bit of truth in that. Kobbie Mainoo, there's no way on God's green earth that Mount can have more of an influence than Kobbie can, or Bruno in the 10 and play Ugarte. Let's look at yesterday's game quickly. Yeah. Well, it's smelly. 8 passes. 8 passes from your 10. 8. Mason Mount. 8. That's 1 more than the number on the back of his shirt. 8. In how long? 71 minutes. 8 passes out of 11. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't even know how to say 8 in that language. 8. Not even double digits. Not even double digits. Cool. 8. That is that not... How bad is that? How bad is that? Mount needs to be loaned out. I heard he might be loaned. Sources have told me that he might be loaned out this summer, guys. Sources have also told me he was meant to be loaned out in the summer, but he rejected a move to another Premier League team on loan. And if he does go on loan, it has to be a contending team, either in England or in Europe. You heard it here first, man. You heard it here first. I don't claim to be tier 1, but I'm just letting you guys know. Minna, do you think it can be better? What do you guys want me to tell you lot, by the way? What do you want me to tell you? Yes, it can be better, because I don't think it can. Like, my expectations next season, nothing. I got no expectations next season. Not because I think United can, it's better to have no expectation. I just think that we're done for. Like, I have no optimism. None. I have no optimism for next season. Before we actually talk about next season, there's another player I actually want to talk about. I can't believe this, man. I can't believe this is how we're spending our Thursday afternoon, guys. Let's talk about Rasmus Hojlund, another player that played 71 minutes yesterday. Got 2 shots on goal. 2 shots on goal, which is not bad. 5 passes. 5 passes. 5. You can literally count on one hand how many passes he had. Dispossessed twice, 15 touches. 5 passes from your striker. There's this thing that he does, right? When he has the ball, wherever he gets the ball, wherever, it's like a little flick to like change direction. Do the simple stuff. Just do the simple stuff. Yesterday, I think Van de Ven and Romero had more to do against Joshua Zirkzee in 20 minutes than they had against 70 minutes of Rasmus Hojlund. And players like Rasmus Hojlund, that's their kind of opponents that they want to come up against. That's the kind of opponents that they want to come up against. Low confidence, low self-esteem, and Manchester United senior executives reportedly have lost all faith in Rasmus Hojlund, and he will be sold this summer. Inter Milan are looking at him. You got Lautaro Martinez and Thuram. What the hell are you going to do with Rasmus Hojlund? Unless he's, playing understudy to them. And you know what? That might be actually a system that works for him. It'll be a 2-striker system where he's basically playing second fiddle to them. He's probably playing second fiddle to Arnautovic and Taremi. So that's lots of strikers that he can maybe learn from. And maybe Italy is an environment that he can excel in. Maybe Italy is an environment that he can excel in. But I don't know why we had to watch Rasmus Hojlund for the entirety of the season put in a stinker after stinker. And it's not just him. There's other players that, for me, have consistently stunk up the field. And we are waiting until the final to be like, they have to go. I've been saying since January that Rasmus Hojlund can't play for Manchester United anymore. December, I was saying he can't be Manchester United's number 9 anymore. This whole idea of selling for 30 million, when we're talking about transfers and selling players, everybody, journalists, Man United are clearly briefing the media. We need to make this much from this player. I don't care if you make a loss financially. Cut your ties with them. United are not going to be successful for a long time under INEOS. They're not. Because INEOS favour profitability over success. And yes, being successful on the pitch brings in more revenue. But right now, what did Jim Ratcliffe say when he took over Manchester United, guys? When he took over Manchester United, what did he say? He said, I want to make Manchester United the most profitable football club. That's what he said. That's what he said. Comes in, cuts costs everywhere. Then says, oh. And you know what, guys, actually? Do I have a picture of it? No, I don't think I do. I don't think I do. The reason why I think Spurs won, yeah, and United lost, and it's not. I don't want to. Obviously, Spurs won because they scored and we didn't. But the reason why I think Man United's reasoning to win and Spurs' reasoning to win was they were fueled by the passion of winning a trophy. Spurs were fueled by this ideology of winning a trophy and being the team that wins the first trophy for Spurs in over 15 years. That's what fueled them. When as United fans, when we sat here talking about Europa League, why was everybody saying we need to win because we need the money? We need to be in Champions League because we need the money. Not because we're like, you know what, we need to win because it's been a crap season. That was, and that is why I think Amorim and Ange, they were fueled for two different stuff. You know, their motivation to win was two different reasons. Big up to Dwayne with the super chat, says, I think if Ruben goes, Rashi and Sancho stays, we came for money and it killed us. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And I don't want to say it's all about intention. I don't want to say it's all about intention, but when you're looking at what is pushing you to want to win, when your only reasoning to win is because we need the money, that's the wrong ideology to have. I saw Madison talking about it after the game, saying how before the game, leading up to the final, they were going through in the training ground. They've got like these pictures of all the teams, all the Spurs teams that have won trophies, and they were in like black and white pictures, etc., etc. And you know, Ange was saying to them, guys, like, imagine your picture up here. You know, history. You're making history. What do you think they were saying in the United dressing room? Imagine how many more players we can buy, guys, if we win. At the end of the day, these men don't care. They're still getting paid. These lot are still getting paid. They don't care. They don't care about, oh, we can buy one extra player in the summer transfer window if we win this. Either way, they're getting paid. The trigger points of motivating the players were wrong. That's my opinion, anyways. That's my opinion. I don't think I don't know if you guys agree. The mindset was wrong, especially Amorim saying he doesn't care about Champions League and stuff about one game a week things. I can't lie. I think Amorim actually dodged the bullet. I feel like Amorim may have dodged a bullet because going into Europa League with this squad and this system, you're getting slapped up. Into Champions League, sorry. Well, you're getting slapped up. You're getting slapped up. The mindset was wrong from the get-go. And this is, you know what's funny? I remember having this argument on the red carpet, saying, you know, we shouldn't want to be in Champions League just because it's going to give us more money. Like, that is the wrong. I want to be in the Champions League because I want to compete, and I think that I'm good enough to compete, and I want to win it. And people were getting onto me. People were getting onto me when I was saying that the mentality of Man United a couple of weeks ago was wrong. Saying, oh, yeah, let's throw away the Premier League. And yeah, there's nothing to compete in the Premier League, so it's okay if we lose all these games. It's not okay. It's not okay. It became okay this year to lose games for Manchester United because of this obsession with money. This obsession of Man United need to be profitable for PSR reasons. INEOS this, Dave Brailsford this, Jim Ratcliffe this, Omar Barada this. We're sounding like Arsenal fans. We're sounding like lunatics. We're sounding like... Honestly, guys, I feel like, you know what? I love you lot because this feels like therapy to me. This feels like therapy to me. Whenever I try to speak to like my family and my friends, what's it called? Whenever I speak to my family and my friends about this, they don't get my perspective of stuff. But I'm glad you lot do. I'm glad you lot do. And that's why I think this to me feels like a therapy session. Like, I'm talking to you guys and you lot are talking, you lot are typing back to me, but still near enough the same thing. Make sure you hit the like button if you guys have just come through. Over 200 people in here, so let's try to get the likes to reflect that. We've got a lot of new subscribers over the last week or so, so welcome to the community if you are new here. If you want to join the membership club, you can. It's the pinned comment in the chat. You get your badges, you get your emojis, you get your custom member content. Of course, you get to support the growth of the channel. If you want to support the channel in alternative ways, you can by sending in super chats with your comments, with your questions, with your thoughts, or just to show some love. We have a super chat goal here on the stream. If you lot can help us reach that, it will be greatly appreciated. It helps to improve the quality and the output of the content here. Guys, let's just 1 minute, everyone just pray for Staffy in it, because we're going through it as United fans. But I watched back the Knicks versus Pacers game, and wow, talk about kick a man when he's down. Staffy, my prayers are with you, bro. My prayers are with you. Because it's bad enough to be a United fan, but being a Knicks fan last night, get there. Bilbao or bust, they said. Now what? Yeah, what happens after that? What happens after that? Because everybody's just saying delete the club, start scratch, get rid of everyone. This was what United needed. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like months down the line, we might look back at this as like either a silver lining, or we're just gonna be like, that was the beginning of the end. We've got to wait and see. We really got to wait and see. The owners are the main problem. Qatar in that ship has sailed, man. Qatar ain't coming in to take over United, guys. Qatar ain't coming in. If this was Moyes or Southgate, there would be riots. If this was Moyes or Southgate, yeah. If this was Moyes or Southgate, people would be saying it's English privilege or British privilege. People would be saying it's British privilege that they're in the job. Or it's British privilege that they're still in the job. That's it. That's what people would be saying. And that's why I don't get, like, that's why I'm like, if Ruben Amorim survives this, he's like 50 Cent. I'm going to start calling him 50 Cent. Big up to Thriller with the super chat, says the night is the darkest before the dawn. Big up Minna, big up Thriller. Dwayne says, I swear to God, if INEOS tries selling your academy players. And let's actually talk about that. Because we spoke about Kobe and we spoke about Bruno, Garnacho, sorry. I think they leave. I actually have a feeling if Ruben Amorim stays, and maybe we can come back to this in the summer transfer window. If Ruben Amorim stays, I think both of them get sold. And this goes back to the point of money, but it also goes back to the point that I don't think he wants either of them. INEOS came in and mentioned mentality shifts. Okay, then where is it? Where's this marginal gains crap? We are losers. We go into every single game knowing we've already lost. I don't know if you guys remember this. Excuse me. Do you guys remember this? Wallahi, INEOS are frauds. Do you guys remember this? The new tunnel. The hype around the new tunnel and the marginal gains. Dave Brailsford and his cycling experience. I don't even know what the hell he's good for. What is he good for? He looks like, you know what? Let me not. That's actually not nice. That's not. But he don't look like he's a football guy. The best in class, Jim Ratcliffe said. You know, the footballing minds, the footballing people, the footballing experts. This whole tunnel that they made a hoo-ha about. Do you guys remember the whole song and dance that was made about this new tunnel and the colors and the writing on the wall and the theater of dreams in text and wow, at the beginning of this season, oh my God, Old Trafford, we've rebooted the tunnel and we've made it inspiring. It didn't inspire nothing. It didn't inspire nothing. Let's be real. He sacked the actual football guy. He's laughing to the bank, guys. I promise you, Dan Ashworth is not losing sleep over Manchester United. He's about to get a job with the FA. He's not losing any sleep. Big up to Yogarez, says, I know everyone is upset about the lineup, but if your best player plays like that in a final, you're bound to lose. Let's actually talk about our best player. I've seen way too many pictures of you crying after a European final. Like, one is enough, but you're telling me two. There's two times. There's pictures of you crying after a European final at Manchester United. Like at least Luke Shaw got the 2017 final that he never played in, but at least he's got that to brag about. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes. When your kids go on Google and type in Bruno Fernandes European final, they're just gonna see pictures of you crying. I am probably most disappointed with Bruno yesterday. I think out of all the players for Manchester United, I am most disappointed with Bruno Fernandes because he's someone that I think in a game like this, a game of this magnitude, Manchester United, I said it before the game. I said, if Bruno's up for it, everyone's going to be up for it. But the second that I felt like when I realized Bruno wasn't up for it is when I saw him just lazily giving the ball away in midfield. And him giving the ball away in midfield led to Spurs' goal. Now, two things can be right. Yeah, two things can be right. He's been United's better player this season. But also Man United might have to move on from him. Both things can be right. Both things can be true. I will say this like I said it about Dalot last season. Dalot was United's best player last season. And I said there is nothing to brag about being the best player in a crap team. There's nothing to brag about. So I'm going to maintain that and stand 10 toes on that and have the same I'm going to have the same thoughts about Bruno this season. 19 goals, 19 assists, yes, but there's nothing to brag about being the best player in a bad team. Why are they handing out Player of the Season award before the season is officially over? My friend, the season was over in February. They should have done it back in February. You know who I feel sorry for? I feel sorry for the women's team and I feel sorry for the academy. The reason why I feel sorry for both of them is because the award ceremony, end of season award ceremony, was cancelled because of these fools, because they felt like there was nothing to celebrate, despite the fact that the academy players have done well and the women's team have done well. The women's team never won a trophy, but guess who qualified for Europe? And yet, because of the men's team being the big boss of the club, nobody is celebrated. You know what it's like? It's like if you've got siblings, yeah? And if you guys have ever like experienced this where, you know, one of your siblings get in trouble, but because it's your main sibling that carries a lot of weight in the house, you know, everything's cancelled. Everything's cancelled. You know, it's summer holiday. You're not allowed to play out anymore because one of your siblings got in trouble. And now all of you lot get punished. Well, you're not allowed to go somewhere that you were meant to go all together because one of your siblings got punished. Just leave that sibling at home. Leave that sibling at home. Let the rest of us go out. It's the same with Manchester United. They should have went ahead with the award show and just tell the men's team, yeah, you lot can start your holidays early, man. There's nothing for you guys to see here. And that's funny to me because they talk about the cost of these awards and whatnot. But United are hosting a barbecue today. And apparently they didn't cancel it because everything was non-refundable. But it's only open to players. No holidays. They're going to Asia. They're only going to Asia for what, a week? And then they're going on holiday. And you know what? I feel so... Listen, it's not because I have a soft spot. I do have a soft spot for Malaysia. I do have a soft spot for Malaysia. But imagine being a Malaysian Manchester United fan. And now... You've been so excited to see Man United come to Malaysia, and now they come to Malaysia, and it's off the back of this season. Their worst ever season. They've just lost in a European final. I feel sorry for the global fans. I feel for anybody that's a fan of Manchester United. I feel sorry for them. But let's talk, guys. Let's talk about Bruno Fernandes, actually. Let me bring up his exact quotes that he said after the game, speaking to Portuguese newspapers. I had it here. Don't know where it's disappeared to. Let me just bring it up here. Even as a Spurs fan, I feel bad for Man U staff, women's fans, and this is the most painful time in Man U history. Even the Spurs fans are feeling bad for us. Like, and I don't even mean that as an insult, but when the team that beat you in a final are starting to feel bad for you, that says a lot. Like, normally the people would like brag about it. Spurs are being humble with it. Spurs are really being humble with it. But Bruno Fernandes, speaking to Portuguese newspapers after the game, said, I have always said I'll be here until the club says to me that it's time to go. I'm eager to do more to be able to bring the club to great days. In the day that the club thinks that I'm too much or it's time to part ways, football is like this and you never know. If the club thinks it's time to part ways because they want to do some cash in or whatever, it is what it is, and football sometimes is like this. You know what I feel like? I don't want to say that's a cry for help, but I feel like he's planting the seed in people's minds and in Manchester United's mind. I think he's planting the seed of, you know what? If Al Hilal come back for me, 120 million. And it's not, there's two teams in Saudi that's interested in him, but sources tell me, and don't take me serious, guys, but sources tell me that Al Hilal are ready to put a mortgage on buying him, you know, 120 plus on him. And I feel like he's putting that idea out there. But if Bruno Fernandes was to leave Europe and go to Saudi, he's had the most underwhelming career ever for a player of his stature and his level. He's had the most. You're telling me you've won one 3 cups, never won the league in Sporting. Never won the league in Sporting. You've never won the league in England. Well, I saw by mentioning cash in, he's looking for fan backing. I think he's planting that seed of doubt into the fans' head of the fact that, you know what, he's basically saying, guys, if they want to sell me to make money, I hope you don't know they're selling me to make money. That's basically what he's saying. Not because, you know, Man United can upgrade on him or it's just time to part ways. It's because money. But if he was to leave, you've only got an FA Cup and a Carabao Cup to your name and a couple of other cups in Portugal. No league titles, no European titles, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Even since the Saudi links, he's been poor. Maybe that's got into his head a little bit. Maybe that's gone to his head a little bit. Now, I saw a report earlier that said the only players from this Manchester United team that are deemed untouchable is Ahmad, Yoro, and I forgot who the other one was. I can't remember. Who's the other guy, guys? It's just my mind's gone blank. It's Ahmad, Yoro, and somebody else. Heaven. Aiden Heaven? Is it? No, I don't think it's even Dorgu. I don't even think Patrick Dorgu. I don't even think Mainoo, guys. I don't think no one's safe. Even saying that these guys are safe, I don't think so. Mainoo, I think it was Mainoo. You know who needs to be number one out of the door? Oh my God. Oh my days. Oh my God. Wow. Nah, this guy here. This guy here. This guy here. Guys, please, I wish if anyone can go back and watch the game, yeah, from the beginning. Coming out of the tunnel. Did anybody see what Onana was doing coming out of the tunnel? Did anybody see what Onana was doing when they were in the tunnel? He was standing there, back against everybody's in a line, just looking straight down, focused. Same with Spurs fans, Spurs players. Everyone's in a straight line, focused. The guy is standing there, back against the wall, foot against the wall like this, and he's just like this. He's looking down. When I saw that, yeah, me and my family were laughing. I said, wow, that has just filled me with unease. Complete unease. Here it is. Yeah, leading up against the wall like they had won the game. I couldn't believe it. I thought, this guy can't be serious. This has to be a joke. I said, in my head, I was thinking, does he know it's a final? Does he know it's a final? Casemiro was having a go at him during the game. I think it was when there was an interval where Luke Shaw kicks the ball out. He was having a go at him. I think Onana has to go, not just because I think he's not good enough as a goalkeeper. He just fills me with too much unease. Like, I just feel uneasy. Every time they had a set piece, my heart is in my stomach. I'm thinking, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm thinking, is he going to come out? Is he going to come out and like punch one of the players in the head when he comes out to clear the ball out? I'm just uneasy. Like, when I have no confidence in a goalkeeper, I think that's a telling sign, right? I really do think that's a telling sign. 3 European losses to Onana. He's used to losing in the final. That's crazy. That's actually crazy when you think about it like that. That he's got 3 European losses. And did he have? I think bar the City one, even like the Ajax one, he was a bit of an unusual goalkeeper there. He was a bit of an unusual goalkeeper. He lost to us too. Exactly. That should have been the first telling sign. Looking at this team, guys. Who would you guys say is the only people that United shouldn't look to sell? Because I can't lie, I think Mainoo, Ahmad, Yoro. Everyone else can get it. And Aiden Heaven, I don't have much to judge him off. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have much to judge him off. Patrick Dorgu, I'm still a bit, undecided on him. Yesterday, I think he was a lot better than what we've seen. but they're still a bit, you know. If it was, if we could just wipe everybody off the team, I would do that. Bruno is the pillar of the team. He can't leave. That pillar is holding on for dear life. That pillar is holding on for dear life. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, man. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here, man. This is a therapy session for United fans. No Liverpool fans allowed here. Oh, man. I'd give Dorgu another year. If it weren't for the wages, I would keep Casemiro. Josh, De Ligt, Maz. Yeah, for backup. All of them backup. Like, sometimes I like Joshua Zirkzee, guys. I really like Joshua Zirkzee. But I'm just like, where does he fit? Where does he fit? Is he a backup player? If so, have INEOS only just been buying backup players fast? No starters, just backup players? Mizraoui for me is a squad player. I think United should sign a right-sided centre-back or a left-sided centre-back, depending on where Lenny Yoro's strength is. De Ligt, I think, is a backup player. I think they're all squad players. That's not to say that's a bad thing, by the way, guys. Being a squad player is not a bad thing. We need squad players. But also with saying that, in terms of people that are no-goes to sell, I think it's just Yoro and Ahmad. Everyone in this team got a price. Zirkzee never scores goals or assists. The eternal talent. I mean, he did score against Lyon, and then he got injured, the game after that. So he didn't play the next game. Get rid of this manager and stop this back three wing back crap. Do you guys like the idea of system? Like, do you guys like? I know it sounds silly, but Ruben Amorim is praised for his style of play, or the fact that, you know, he's so firm in his system and his style of play. Is that what you guys want? Honest question, because that's what we thought we wanted when Erik ten Hag was the manager. You know what I want? I just hindsight in it, because I look back at the Oli days, like that COVID football of United is probably the last time I fully enjoyed watching United play, where it was free flowing. They call it champagne football. I don't drink champagne, so I'm not gonna call it that. But free flowing football, entertaining football, exciting football. You know, the build up is fun to watch. Even Sean Dyche is clowning him now, but what Sean Dyche said is facts. What Sean Dyche said is fact. If this was Sean Dyche as the manager, he'd get sacked, number one. Number two, but I equally think 4-4-2, slap a 4-4-2 on the team, he will get results. He would get more wins. He would get more wins. He's 6 games in the league. I would get more wins, guys. I ain't even got a UEFA license. I mean, half of his assistant coaches don't. But that's neither here or there. That's neither here or there. De Ligt should be our captain next season. Hussein, I think you're trolling. Hussein, I think my friend, you are trolling. Every manager who plays the same way in the Prem has cooked us, Glasner and Potter. I don't want this back three nonsense, guys. You know what, guys? I don't want it. I've decided. I've made my decision. I do not want this back three nonsense. I want 4-4-2 or simple just football. Just football. That's what I want. Why do we overcomplicate things? Utter woke nonsense. Honestly, why do we overcomplicate stuff? Inverted this. Next, you're going to be telling me, you know, oh, you're eating food. I'm eating sushi. Yeah, it's inverted sushi. What the hell is that? It's just sushi. Oh, I'm eating chicken steak, but it's like a false 9 chicken steak. What the hell is that? You're eating chicken steak. Oh, I'm eating rice with lamb chops, and it's wingbacks. What is that? You're just eating lamb chops, bro. Why are you talking to me about wingbacks? Wingbacks, back wings, inverted wingback. R10 that likes to hold the width. What? Just play football. Just play football. Counter press transition thing. Wing back lamb chops is crazy. It's mental. Just say I'm eating wing backs, you know. Just say I'm eating lamb chops. Liam is so funny. I've never been on full-time Devils in my life. Inverted sushi is a thing. Deconstructed sushi basically is inverted sushi. Just say you're eating deconstructed sushi. People too obsessed with formation. It doesn't matter. These players don't produce. I don't think it's an obsession with formations. I think it's more so this obsession with system football. There's an obsession right now amongst the majority of football fans, and it's this modern day football obsession of system. You just do the job. That's it for me. That's how I see it. I don't care about a system, quotation marks. Just do the job. Get the best out of your players, number one. That's the first thing. Number two, when you get the best out of your players, get the results. Where do we go from here? It feels like we're mudded. I'm going to come back to that question. It's ridiculous, bro. Literally, just play football. Literally. Like, you know, sometimes I see memes on TikToks, yeah, where girls are taking the piss out of football, yeah? And they're like, oh, so I saw some girl on TikTok saying, oh, I don't get it when I watch football, like, just put the ball in the back of the net. It's not that hard. That's how I feel more watching Manchester United. I'm like, it can't be that hard. Just play football. Just pass the ball to each other. All you have to do is just pass the ball to each other. That's it. Let's talk about this, though. This I think is a good question to kind of wrap up on. I think this is a great question to wrap up on. You know, Minna is serious when she's wearing a United kit, not a Lakers top. I can't even wear a Lakers top. I can't wear a Lakers top. I can't wear a Patriots top. I can't wear a United top. I can't. Where do we go from here? What do you guys think the next 12 months is going to look like for Man United, or the next 18 months? This summer transfer window, boy, you lot know I'm going to be doing daily dose of minute every day. You know the vibe. We do daily streams during the transfer window. I don't know what to expect next season. Is it crazy if I say I don't care? I mean, it is crazy because I'm going to say I don't care, and then, you know, I'm going to care every single match day. But also, I think it's quite difficult to predict where we go from here without knowing the outcome of the transfer window. It's being reported that Man United's budget is 100 million without sales. So everything else is dependent on sales. It's reported that United are looking to sell Antony for at least 32 million minimum. Jadon Sancho is on the chopping block. Marcus Rashford, the three of them 100% are being sold. Then you've got players like Garnacho that can be sold. Bruno might be sold. You know, Maguire could be sold. Luke Shaw could be sold. You know, there's players. Casemiro could be sold. I don't know where we go from here. I wish I had the answer, guys. I really wish I had the answer to share with you guys, or even any insight. Because this is rock bottom, but I feel like we haven't. I think there's worse. I really think that there could be worse on the horizon for us. I don't know. I don't know. The reality is sinking in. I'm seeing people saying that United could get relegated next season. Depending on how bad the teams that come up are, I can't say that might not happen. I don't even know. We've hit rock bottom, but not bikini bottom yet. The road is looking bleak. I think the most important thing, right, to do in the summer is get the players out that you want to get out. Try bringing at least, I think, 5 starters. I think at least 5 starters. I mean, we're dropping 65 million on Cunha. If Amorim is going to stay, then get the assets that he needs. But I'm also I'm at a crossroad with Amorim, because I have a feeling like the first 3 months are just going to be just as bad, and then he's going to get sacked, and we're going to be back at square one again. Like, honestly, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And maybe it's because we're just that bad that it's hard to be optimistic. I don't know, man. I need to chat to Marcel. I need to chat to Marcel. I might have to get him on stream tomorrow and see what he's saying. And I'm sure he's being optimistic about it. I'm sure he's being optimistic about it. 1 game a week, we're not getting relegated. We'll be in 5th or 7th position, hoping we sign some players. OJ says we need definite starters. We can't do this project nonsense. We are not built for project players. I'm tired of projects. I'm telling you lot now, yeah? In the summer transfer window, when I do the daily streams here on the channel, yeah? And we're talking about United signing this young player from Hogwarts and this young player from 9 3/4 platform. When we talk about these young players that United are, I'm going to rip into anyone in the chat that's saying, yeah, we're buying young players with high ceiling. I'm gonna cuss you guys. I'm gonna cuss you guys. Yeah? Because Man United don't need young products. What sort of flipping recruitment strategy is that? What kind of Red Bull model are we following? No, we don't need that. So go and sign me proven players, kept together players, yeah, that have 100+ appearances at senior level. Don't tell me you're buying a player because he performed well in the Euros under 17 and he's a young product that you're going to give him a couple of months in the academy and then bring him into the first team. Wilcox and them guys, they're on fraud watch. They're on fraud watch. We need to get the Cunhas, Osimhens, etc. of this world. Are they going to join United? That's the question. That's the question. You're Victor Osimhen today. Or you're Ryan Cherki today. You've got Ryan Cherki has Liverpool lining up for him. Real Madrid. Lots of teams are lining up for him. Victor Osimhen has Chelsea lining up for him. You know? He's got other teams in Europe that are interested in him. Why on earth would they look at Man United? They're going to look at Man United like this. That's how they're going to look at United. Like, how dare you look in my direction? How dare you guys, after you've just finished 17th or 16th and you've lost a Europa final? They're going to look at you and be like, don't even look at my direction. Don't even look at me. And if you look at me, you have to pay tax. That's how they're going to look at United. The audacity. I would love it. Honestly, bro, I would love it and be like, yeah, let's go. I know if Ed Woodward was here, guys. This is so funny because I hated the guy. We all hated him. But I know if Ed Woodward was at Manchester United, he'd go out and easily just spend 100 million on a sign. Like, he's signing Osimhen for 100 million and giving him a fat sign-on fee. And you know what? We'll deal with the financial consequences. Oh my God, Woodward would drop a bag right now. He'd be rattled if we lost in Europe. Yeah, he'd be so rattled. He would go and drop a bag on anybody right now. He'd be like, F this. You want 300k a week? Let's go. That's it. Khalas. But alas, I think strap in, guys. I think it's gonna be a Delap summer. Cunha is, reported to be the first signing in. I think it's gonna be Delap, and I think it's gonna be a couple of other like mediocre players. Just like Barca couldn't register Olmo, yet he came. United is a big club too. But that's different. Barca couldn't register Olmo because of their financial situation. Not because they were crap. Because of their financial problems. They had to sell off another part of their stadium to register him, right? I'm not saying Man United cannot attract. Like, Man United couldn't attract Dani Olmo right now if we were in our situation. He wouldn't come because he wouldn't be interested in coming. Not because United couldn't register him. It's two different situations. Woodward would have sacked Amorim from February. I can't lie. Cunha is cancelling that transfer watch. What we end up with, Delap. If Arsenal come in for Cunha today and say, yo, we got a left-sided position, open up, he goes in a heartbeat to Arsenal. Unless Amorim sends him love letters in Portuguese. That's the only way I see him. But I feel like if a big club that is competing in every form of the league and Europe was to entice players that might join Manchester United, I think they would jump ship. I genuinely think they would jump shit in a heartbeat. Last question before we wrap it up. Please do hit the like button if you have been here the whole time and you haven't. That's disgraceful. We're not too far from 200 likes. Last question. Amorim in, Amorim out. Amorim in, Amorim out. Shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Oh, the hokey pokey. I can't believe people are out there tweeting my tweet saying that Garnacho is right for what he did. And he has every right to do that. Madness. Badness. Let me see what you lot are saying. What happened to all the aura tweets, by the way? All the times people were talking about the manager's aura and how handsome he was. Okay, let's see. Amorim in because who will be Man U's manager? Bring me. You know what? All I had is, unless it's Nagelsmann, Xavi, there's no one out there that I want. I'm tired of sacking. It's like saying you stay in a loveless marriage or a loveless relationship because you're tired of a talking stage. What? It's part and parcel of the game, guys. Jaden says out. Jay says out. Rams says in. Pyramid Scheme is basically saying out. In. What about you? You know what? I think he's way out of his. I don't think he's out of his depth. But I what's the right term? I just think it's not the right time for him. The right place. It's not the right environment. Like I don't know how I feel. I'm 50-50. One thing I will say is though, if he gets sacked, I can't say I'm surprised. I can't say I'm surprised if he gets sacked. I feel like there's a coach in there, but I feel like there's not enough for us to go off of to blindly back him. And that's why I can't blindly back him. I can't sit here and act like he's the greatest thing on earth and he's God's gift to heaven and he's the best thing since sliced bread. I can't do that. Because I think he's, the results prove itself, but also the decisions in the final. Like I said this yesterday in my reaction video, if that was Erik ten Hag in a cup final, Man United are winning. Not because I think Erik ten Hag was amazing, and I'm not trying to do this revisionism, but look at the way that United set up against Man City last year versus how United set up yesterday. Ten Hag set up to win by any means necessary with practically the same squad. Different system or different style of play, but the same squad. What did he do? He was told by the assistant coaches, yo, like, we need to basically park the bus and hit them on the counter. And that's what United did. Ten Hag didn't play his way in that game. He moved away from his ideology for a cup final. Because at the end of the day, winning the final is what matters, not how you win it. No one is going to remember 20 years from now that Spurs had 27% possession. No one's going to remember that. But what's everyone going to remember? Everyone's going to remember Spurs won. People don't remember how you win. And that's why I always say sometimes it's not about how you win. It's about winning, especially in a cup final. It's just about winning. I don't care. Like, I remember last year holding my breath every time it was Doku versus Wan-Bissaka 1v1. I was holding my breath every single time. But United saw it through. They saw it through. I can't lie, my first red flag for Amorim was the way he used to talk about Mount. That's not a hill you should die. I don't know. I feel like, are they being told to talk about Mount like this? Because, like, what does Mount have that I'm not seeing or, like, we're not seeing for them to die on this hill about Mount? That's what I think. That's what I'm thinking. Sacking him, a guy that they literally force hired, isn't even a mistake by INEOS. That would be taking like a gun and shooting themselves in the foot deliberately. Do you think INEOS gives a crap? Because I don't think they do. Like this guy here, he does not care about Manchester United as a football club. He's not here to make Manchester United great again. Is that Figo? What the hell? And Van der Sar? I didn't even notice, guys. I didn't even notice Van der Sar in the background. I swear, I didn't even like that. Clearly, when I was watching the game, they were only showing United games, United people. Oh my God, look, there's Nani as well. Where has he gone? Where's he gone? There's my boy Nani. Anyways, sorry, I got a bit sidetracked there. This guy here, he don't care about Man United as a football club. This whole facade that he tried to get fans on with, yeah. I said this from day one, 3 years ago, however many years. Wow, it's been nearly 3 years since, it was announced that he was gonna bid for Manchester United. Yeah. When he decided to give this whole make United Manchester again, or I'm this local lad who cares about the club. Shut up. Leave it out. Leave it out. Leave it out. When he used that whole I'm an English billionaire, an English owner of an English club, that gave Brexit vibes. It gave MAGA vibes. I can't lie. It gave MAGA vibes. He was never a United fan. He just always probably wanted to be in football. I'm sorry, but also you got all that money in the world. Like, you're telling me you could be chilling on an island, you could buy an island right now and make it INEOS Island and live there. But you decided in your 70s that you want to buy a football club with all that money that God gave you. If I had that much money, if I was a billionaire, I don't think I'd buy a football club. And definitely, one thing I will say is that as a minority owner, I think he's too publicly involved. I think he is way too publicly involved. Too many interviews. The guy's doing an interview every couple of months. Be quiet in the background. I remember people saying it was good to hear from him when he first took over. It was good to hear from him when he first took over. But you're telling me now you ran the London Marathon and then I had to hear from you again. And then you did another interview day, media day with all the British outlets, and you did interviews, and we had to hear from you again. Then 3 months later, another interview. And you talk down on, some players, or you talk down on the women's team. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I want to see what our CEO says at the end of the season. Why? There is nothing that anybody can say. Anyone. There's nothing that anyone can say. Why are these kids screaming in my garden at the top of their lungs? There's one thing I hate about the summer, guys, is that the kids in my neighborhood, they just move. They just scream non-stop. And I know they're playing outside. I know they're safe, but bloody hell. Anyways, I don't want to hear anything that anyone has to say, because nothing that Barada says, or Ratcliffe, or even Sir Alex Ferguson, any of them, nothing that they says changes the outcome of the season. Nothing changes the outcome of the season for me. United still finished 16th/17th. They've still lost how many Premier League games? Ruben Amorim still picks up 24 points in 26 games. You know how embarrassing that? Like, I don't think we're deep in how bad it is. And I don't even think we're going to beat Villa. And back in January, we were talking about road to 40 points. It becomes a reality. United are going to finish with 39 points. 39 points. 39 points. And like I said, I don't see us beating Villa. Villa have a lot more to fight for than we do. We just got to make sure that we at least go down swinging in it. We don't let them just walk all over us. But that's really the reality for it. Villa will play like it's a cup final. Yeah, they have Chelsea fans saying to me, please do me a favour. Please, we couldn't even do ourselves a favour. We couldn't even do ourselves a favour. So what makes you think that we can do you guys a favour? But listen, guys, be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe. Let's see. We hit 200 likes. Big up to all of you guys. Listen, is Marcel on Mandem Talk? Big up to all the new subscribers as well. We are less than about 160 subscribers away from 14K. 14K. No, Marcel. Oh, I was going to tell you lot. You lot, go. I'm gonna redirect to Saeed's channel. Please, 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 please. If you do anything today, go to Saeed's channel and just type in the chat Halliburton. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the chat. It's spelled like this, Halliburton. I want you lot to taunt Staffy. Yeah, I want you lot to taunt Staffy. Just go and just spam Halliburton, Halliburton, Halliburton. But we'll be live tomorrow, inshallah, with the daily dose of Minna. Make sure you check out the new videos that dropped on the channel. Yeah, man. Another therapy session maybe tomorrow, man. Have a good one, guys. I'm out. Peace.